Give me some sound. What is this shit? Why is that so quiet?
So quiet.
Here we go.
Now it's too loud.
You guys like bass? Well, then you're gonna love Megan Trainor. Let's go.
We out here MMA, not podcast, but show. Yeah, we talking things that you probably didn't know.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to We Out Here MMA podcast, but not show, but not podcast, but show, but not podcast, but now Web 3.0 NFTs, guys. This is a very special show because all the Gilberts out there are proud. And yeah, we are, because we got burned, if you know what I mean. But we have some husbands here that we need to talk about. We have top left. He's next to a birdcage. Give it up to Alec Acosta.
What's up, guys? I'm officially in the office now. My mom was like, yo, listen here, bitch. When it gets hot, it's going to get too hot in the camper, bitch, and your fucking computer shit's going to melt, bitch. And I was like, Mom, I'm your son. You don't got to call me bitch. She slapped me across my face, threw me on the floor, and kicked dirt in my face and said, bitch, get your shit in the motherfucking office. Go to IKEA and buy a desk that's on sale for $50 fucking dollars. Take 30 hours there because you're going to have trouble finding everything. Then build that shit yourself. I'm not going to help you, and move into the office. So that's why I'm here.
Okay, my second husband. He's always here. I can always look to him for support when it comes to muscle growth. Get it for Nick, the ear done. Nick, what does your shirt say? Have the world's smallest text.
It says 88 D's. 88 D's.
Is that an 88 t-shirt?
Yeah, why you think I just made that up?
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
Up, dude.
Hey, guys, if you don't know about 88 T's, you don't know about Terrace House Hawaii, which means you don't understand entertainment. Am I right?
But also, can I just talk about Vince's eyes while Alex was explaining?
We haven't even introed him yet, dude.
No, but we got to preface his eyes because my
fine,
boys were
go ahead. Yeah, they're big.
The whole time he was telling the story, I was thinking this would be one of those perfect like Joe Rogan animations. Like it played that way. It was I wanted to I was visualizing it.
Bro, it was like Theo Von telling the story. Like you don't know. You don't know what's happening.
You're savvy Theo Von, dude.
Dude, yeah, you are, man. That voice, that sexy ass voice that has some digestive problems. Guys, give it up for the one and only here once a month to bring in the eyes, to bring in the guns, to bring in the knowledge. Hashtag free Cain Velasquez. Hashtag Vincent Vera.
Hashtag best takes in MMA.
Guys, we have Vincent Vera here, a.k.a. Grandmaster, a.k.a. Mexican martial arts. Nick, go ahead. Scratch your eye again.
Well, what I was going to say was, before I got coincidentally cut off by the, I got outclapped. Vince does have the best takes in MMA.
Kind of does.
I'm going to say that. He has the hottest takes. And they tend to like, they're so unique. Nobody can follow them. No one can come up with these takes. And a lot of the times, they end up being true. Are you drinking wine right now?
This is called...
Is it a dessert wine right now you're drinking? What the fuck, dude?
And can you buy a smaller wine glass? Is that from a fucking kid tea?
La Cita!
Let's go. Shout out to Shane. Director Shane and his friend Chase. Filipino
you said
food.
Shane or
I
Shay?
said Shay. Jinx, yo mia la cita.
Shay, man. For it.
Look, guys, let's keep on track. The best takes in town. Vincent Vera is here. Vincent, you were talking to us earlier before the pod. You're getting you've been having some digestive issues. Nick said, hey, maybe don't drink cold water. And we just found out you've been drinking cold water the whole week. What's going on, buddy?
I had no idea. I never
the most ice in a cup too.
Hey, he's drinking ice with a splash of water.
This is like what I do. Is this weird? I don't know. I've been doing
it's a lot.
I always think like I don't want to have to get up again, so I'll let it melt, and then I got like 2 glasses of water basically. So.
Smart, genius. I do the same thing. You're a genius.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I never ever drink water. I'm usually drinking like black coffee or soda or green tea, and then I was like, oh, I don't feel good. Let me drink this ice cold water, and then I find out maybe it's not that good.
And then Gilbert threw up or something. What happened to him?
Yeah, I mean, Gilbert.
What happened to Gil?
Gilbert was throwing shit in a
on,
circle,
man?
and then now he just disappeared.
Did you have an asthma attack, Gil? What's going on?
I was laughing every time you picked up the cup, and I was drinking the wine out of a tiny cup that came on my nose.
That's what you drink. That's what you get for drinking
also,
dessert wine
Alex,
on the
edit that
podcast,
out.
bro.
Are you actually drinking wine right now? Like,
no, it's like a little grape juice.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. I bet it really is wine. But
Bro,
also, drink wine instead. Why are you drinking grape juice? Drink wine,
Because I don't
dude.
drink alcohol. You know that about me.
You're an adult. You have a whole like fridge full of wine.
You know, that's
Dude,
not my
wine is literally disgusting. My mom has all these wines. She's like, try this. And I drink it. Some of them feels like I'm getting punched in my fucking mouth. I'm like, holy shit.
That's just your mom talking shit to you, dude.
I
That's her calling
know.
you
Or
a
maybe
bitch all
she
the time.
does.
She's calling you a
knock me
bitch all the time.
out. I know.
Vincent, do you drink wine?
I've
alcohol in
never
general.
drank
With
alcohol
green tea.
in my life.
Oh,
Really?
Tried it
Why not?
No,
to see how terrible it is.
no, I don't know. It was a no-no when I was growing up, and everyone I knew that drank either died or they fought too much or they did bad things, and I was like, that seems bad. And I just
I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. So I mean, I had other problems, but I've never had alcohol. And I know some people
Wow.
are like, wait a minute, you think it's a problem? Because of the way I said it, but that's for another podcast, I guess.
You say,
Ooh,
yeah,
yeah.
I think it is.
Yeah, I'm not
For
a
some
drinker,
people, it is.
We're a bunch of sober boys here, so let's go.
Not my choice, though.
No,
Not my
Nick
choice.
drinks though.
I mean, he probably drinks as much as me, which is like what, a sip of beer every 5 years.
You know, for my Friendsgiving I had this past Thanksgiving, I threw up off of one shot, and it was really bad. And I think I'm allergic. I turned purple, yo.
Yeah,
Like, I
me
literally
too.
turned Purple. And I
My
go
face
cross-eyed.
gets hot and my face
Yup.
turns immediately red. It's weird, bro. I hate
My
it. I
chest
don't
and
drink.
my neck gets hot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Get that Willy
To the
Wonka
touch.
effect, like that girl.
Yeah, dude, I turned blue as shit.
Willy Wonka. Willy Wonka.
All right, guys, let's get into the. Oh my God, there's a
Cough
line.
more, Gil. Cough more, dude.
Gil, just stop drinking the fucking grape juice, my guy. Like,
bro.
You can't drink on the show anymore. That's it. You're banned, yo. You're banned
Bro.
from drinking on the show.
I
This is
apologize. That's
crazy.
wild. I apologize to the listeners and Vincent. Look, more importantly, we got to get to the fights, dog. I apologize for choking on the show so much. Man, let's start with the main event. We know what the real main event is, but we're gonna start from the top and work
Yeah.
our way down to build it ourselves up. Because what happens if you blow your load in excitement, as we learned on Saturday, the other fights don't matter. So let's start with the main event. Alexander Volkanovski beats up the Korean Zombie. Probably the first time in a while I've seen a stoppage where
Some might say Asian hate. Who
some
knows?
might say Asian hate in that
Some might
moment.
say it.
Alexander Volkanovski, was it considered a KO or TKO when a ref stops it?
TKO.
I don't.
That was a
TKO.
TKO. But
Probably
it
could have been
was
a
close.
KO though. Pretty dominant performance. I mean, look, I think we all kind of saw that coming. We were hoping for a Korean Zombie to have a puncher's chance. The dude survived all those punches, which is wild.
Mhm.
But he did not win. Volkanovski looked really good, really sharp, better than ever. I think we all know the next fight is probably Max Holloway again for a third time. So let's maybe just chat about that. And Vincent's shaking his head, so maybe it's a different fight he's thinking of. So why don't we start with Alex first, because I cannot get over that giant bird cage. Alex?
So it's not a bird cage. It's like a chair.
A pterodactyl comes out.
It is one. It's the biggest thing I've ever seen. I don't know why my mom got it, but yeah. I mean, like we said, this is kind of like what we expected, right? Last week I was saying like Korean Zombie's way too flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the leg kicks were going to be there, and they were. Alexander Volkanovski was eating his leg alive. And he's just, you just seen too, just the speed. He was just so much faster than Korean Zombie. Like, Korean Zombie landed like some little hooks here and there, but man, it was like, I think I had texted this to a group. It was just like if Volk was at the gym and they're like, hey, before you get your hard sparring rounds in, here, beat up this kid real quick to warm up. I mean, because, like, literally nothing happened to Volk, man. Like, he beat the shit out of the Korean Zombie. And, unfortunately, that's what I was expecting. Like, Korean Zombie is just, you know, he's just a little too slow and just flat-footed. And someone that's as skilled as Volkanovski, you know, granted, I did think Holloway won that second fight, but someone that literally fights Max Holloway and makes the fights literally this close, I mean, you have to be super talented to be able to beat him, and I just think no one in that featherweight right now can compete with Holloway and Volkanovski.
Nick, speaking of Volkanovski and Holloway, they're on another tier, but how close? We were talking about this a little bit. How close are their skill level now? I mean, seeing Volkanovski, like we were talking about how sharp he looked. Like he doesn't get worse, he doesn't stay stagnant, he just kind of gets better. And Max
Yeah.
also too gets better, but how does that fight look for Max Holloway for a third one?
Well, I think Volkanovski had favorable matchups.
Wow.
At
here we
least
go.
with like Korean Zombie. That was a very favorable matchup for him. That's why he looks so great. But for Brian Ortega,
sorry to interrupt, Nick, but like, just someone keeps fucking eating rice off a plate, and I'm trying to focus on you, and it's ridiculous. And me and Vincent are just distracted. So if anyone's eating rice off a plate like a dog, let Nick
cough attack.
talk.
Cough attack.
Let Nick finish his point first. Nick, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Bro, no one would even notice if he didn't say shit.
He and Vincent made eye contact through Zoom.
Honestly, I thought it was something outside of my room, but I didn't realize it was you.
Nick, I apologize. All I keep hearing is like,
Hey, my bad.
and Nick's like, Volkanovski and Max Holloway really get.
I didn't know you guys could hear that shit. My bad.
Yeah, man. Sorry, Nick. Go
Especially
ahead.
when it's in the mic, dude. the fork is clattering against the goddamn plate. It's porcelain.
You were
anyway,
you're saying Volkanovski has had favorable matchups. So
I think he had a favorable matchup with Korean Zombie.
Of course.
I think Brian Ortega was a big test for him. In a lot of ways, Max Holloway had his own big test with Yair Rodriguez because he didn't. I don't know. Maybe the injury was still holding him back, or Yair looked really good, and I think it was a tough matchup because he is an amazing kicker. But going back to the original question of, I think Volk is just a really tough style for Max Holloway because he could keep the pace. He's strong. He has a really good shin, and he's really intelligent. So I feel like if we had those guys, Max Holloway and Volk, fight 10 times, I think it might be 5 for one, 5 for the other. So it's I do want to see. I think Max Holloway's the only guy to like put Volk in danger, but he was able to come back and win those last 2 rounds in their last fight. So Volk could adjust on the fly. Max Holloway could adjust on the fly. I just feel like they're just really evenly matched up. I would like to see how Zabit falls into this category. I'd like to see how he competes if he does come back. I'd like to see how Arnold Allen does in this division because I feel like he could give both those guys some fits. But in time we'll see how his career goes. But I don't know, man. I just think this fight doesn't necessarily prove anything else that we didn't know.
Yeah,
True.
I agree with Nick heavy on that point.
Which one?
That's all I want to say. Like,
Can you play the rice, please?
No.
the rice.
Yeah,
the
with
rice.
the rice.
What?
That the rice is good. No, I disagree with. I mean, I don't disagree. I agree with Nick in the point of this fight was so favorable for Alexander Volkanovski that honestly, like, to me, he beat him. It's almost like, yeah, you better. Like, this fight is like I don't want to say easy fight, but this fight was definitely he should have won this fight. If he didn't win this fight, it was
Questionable.
Something must have happened.
I'll say this really quick before we get Vince's take because Vince hasn't said a word and we keep interrupting him. Sorry, Vince. But what I was gonna say is I actually forgot what I was gonna say.
All right, Vincent. I don't know what the fuck that was, but that might have been worse than the rice thing. Yeah, let's just do it. It worse than my wine spillage. Jesus, Nick. Will it be worse than me and Alex did combined?
I'll take that. That's my blunder.
I think this is worse. I think I got something worse. I didn't watch this.
You didn't watch
Yes.
So here's what happened.
You tapped out after Hazmat, didn't you?
I was.
You fell asleep. The
yeah.
adrenaline dump from the
After
Khamzat
that,
fight.
after that fight, I was
Gilbert
out. Yeah,
fight.
I was out after that fight.
Of course, everyone was, dude.
So, the last few days, my analytics have been insane. They haven't been like this since that Joe Rogan video I made like a year and a half ago that went crazy, like they went viral, and it got over 1 million views pretty quick. And
What was the video title?
Well, it's weird because that Joe Rogan that one video itself got over like 1 million views pretty quick and did really good and helped the channel. In the last few days, this one video that I made about Epic Fighting Championship, some Russian MMA promotion, it got like no views when I released it, and it was out for I don't know a few weeks, and then all of a sudden it started getting good views, and it's still not crazy. It's like at 180 something thousand right now, but it's been getting me a ton of views across other videos because it's just bringing people to the channel. And my views in total went like crazy, and watch time and all that. So I was like, I am not going to stream because I'm going to destroy my algorithm right now. Because streaming kills my channel because of my format.
Stream with us then. Jeez.
Well, you guys don't stream anymore on the Fight Zone.
Because we were waiting for you to ask us.
I know. Thank you. Fuck, dude.
God, eat a
Like
rice
a whole
during
year.
a podcast.
I'm trying to. I'm regrouping. So I didn't stream, and I was like, I'm just gonna watch the fight, and I'm gonna do a super quick breakdown. I wanted to have a quick turnaround, so I watched the Chimaev fight, and then I turned it off, and I was like, I refuse to watch anything else. I don't want to get distracted, and I finished it quick. I released it today, but then
2 hours ago, and it's at 5.6 thousand views already.
That is not. Hold on, forgive me. In the back end, it tells me the actual number, and it's at 10,000 right now.
Oh, okay, there you go.
I don't know why it takes so long publicly. It says 5.6, but it's actually over 10,000 right now.
Shit, that means all our views. That means all our views are 20,000.
Sick.
But
or 200.
Yeah, so my algorithm's crazy right now. I don't get views that quick. So I refused to stream. I watched the Chimaev fight, and I was like, I'm gonna do a breakdown. Turned off the rest, and then I came back later, and I saw the TKO. But I knew Volkanovski was going to win. There's no one. It's like he said, hey, everyone, get better. I don't think anyone in the division is competition right now, even Max Holloway. And I'm a fan of Max Holloway. I like Max Holloway, but it's weird. It's like you have a couple of cousins, and one of them plays college baseball, and one of them's in Little League. And it's like, I like them both, but come on. Like, I like Max Holloway, but he's just like,
bro.
Like,
You're saying he's playing Little League?
There's something about Volkanovski. I don't know if it's because he used to be like 500 pounds bigger or what. He's like this crazy, sturdy, solid. Like, Holloway seems kind of like, I don't know if it's like he's too
gay. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
And it's crazy because he's such a good, MMA boxer, and he can mix it up and he messes guys up and makes them look like, intermediate and stuff. But it's like and I hate using this phrase. There's levels to this game. I hate when people say that. It's become such a cliche.
Hey, but use it.
But there's levels to this game.
Say it.
And I just feel like there's no way he needs to get better. And I feel like he doesn't have that killer thing that Volkanovski has. Like, he knows how to turn it off and on. He's a really nice, respectable guy, but he's also a crazy killer competitor. And Holloway's like, I just want to play my game. He just seems complacent.
Hot take. Hot take.
But I like the guy.
Hey, I don't care what you said, because you know what? I'm going to have to do a really quick rebuttal to Vincent, but we're going to start with Alex. Alex, I feel like your lips, the way they're pursing is you want to say something. So, my boy, you take that birdcage and say something.
All I'm going to say is, after the Volkanovski fight, look at the competition who Max has fought and beat and Volkanovski's fought and beat.
Korean Zombie.
That's Korean Zombie Brian Ortega, okay? He won both of those fights.
He also beat Max Holloway twice.
That's what I said after the Max Holloway fight. Okay? So after the Max Holloway fight, Volkanovski beat Ortega, went 5 rounds, right? Max Holloway beat him, finished him in the 4th. Just saying. That's it. And then he fought Korean Zombie, who's probably the easiest fight for both of those guys in the top 5. And then Max Holloway went and fought Yair Rodriguez, beat him, and then put a clinic on Calvin Kattar. I think Max Holloway won that second fight. I think Max Holloway's good. I think he's better than Volkanovski, and I think in the third fight we're going to see it. I think now that they've had I feel like Max Holloway changed up some stuff in that second fight, and I thought he won. And I think even on this third one, I think he's going to do even better and beat Volkanovski. I do not think anybody finishes Volkanovski. I think he is, like what Vince said, he's too sturdy and shit. I don't think we're going to see a fight where, Volk or Max get finished, like how they're finishing people. But I do think that Max Holloway is going to be able to do work this next fight. I feel like this fight, it was a good fight, and Korean Zombie's really good, but to watch Volkanovski beat him up, to me it's not like, oh my god, that was so crazy. It's like, yeah, like I said before, that's what should have happened. You know what I'm saying? if anything else happened, I would have been very, very surprised and shocked.
And
Dang.
I feel like they call him Korean Zombie for a reason. It's almost like an insult of a name. Like, of course, he's going to get beat up. He's going to look like a tough guy. And then people will be happy about it. And then he went in with like a somewhat injured shoulder because Volkanovski was ducking Cejudo. That's a whole different story. Like,
we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
But yeah.
Are we? Let's talk
We
about
are.
it.
We're going to talk about it. Later, dude. Later in the show.
All right, guys. Well, let's get into the look. It's one of our news stories. So I'll just start with this. Let's keep this one quick so we can get to the next one. But Aljamain Sterling co-main event beats Piotr Jan. Pretty confident.
But did he though? Did he though?
So we're gonna talk about this. So we'll start with the CEO of the UFC. His name is Dana White. If you're not familiar with him, he actually said the judges had. This is a news story, a morning news topic, but we'll just use this now as a starting point. Dana White said that he thinks the judges had it wrong, and he said it came down to the first round. It was obviously 2-2.
It's true.
And then it really comes down to how you scored the first round. I watched the fight. I told Nick this, that I actually think Aljamain Sterling won the fight. I think he won 3-2. And I scored the first one for Aljo. I don't know. A lot of people also thought that maybe Peter Yan had the cage control and he took that first round and thus winning the fight. But it doesn't matter what I think. It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. It doesn't matter what Dana White thinks. It matters what you three think. So
we're the judges. I'm Sal D'Amato.
We'll start with Nick first. Nick, I know you had Piotr Yan and you were very adamant and you had a very ugly face about, Aljo winning. Why?
No, I didn't have an ugly face. I did.
That's just your face. Okay, go ahead.
I watched it, when the fight was going down, and I was like, man, I kind of felt like initial instinct after like the body language, how the rounds played out. In my head, I was like, I thought Jan won that fight. I rewatched it this morning, and I was like, let me watch this with some Aljo eyes, and I wanted to watch as if like, I was an Aljo fan, right? Or seeing what ways I could see how he won the first round. Because the first round's in question. To me, the second and third rounds, a lot of people are saying 10-8. I don't really think it's a 10-8. I think he did a great job of controlling. But in my opinion, I felt like there was opportunities to finish. And I don't think he was very forward with trying to get the finish. He had big moments though, right? And he had having someone's back and having a body lock, a figure four body lock around, I feel like is a super dominant position. It's probably the best position in MMA or even like grappling. There's really hard to get out of. And Aljo did a really good job of holding him in those positions for the second and third round. He got to similar positions in the fourth and fifth, but really couldn't execute. And Peter had a solution for those problems. He didn't get his back taken again. Like he got it taken a couple times, but he wasn't controlled. First round, I think Aljo landed clean strikes, but I feel like even in these exchanges with the octagon control and when Peter Yan would attack, he was landing. And I feel like he landed bigger shots in the first round. And with the octagon control and everything it was close enough in the first round, but with everything equaled out, I do think I gave that round to Yan. But it's not like a robbery. I could understand why they gave the belt to Aljo. I think Yan made a couple of mistakes that cost him, and having someone on your back for 8 minutes at a time is not a good look. But the way he ended that fight, to me, if that fight went 6 rounds, I felt like he was close to finishing. And as the fight went on, he could have beat him up even more. But I had Yan winning. Yan winning.
I mean, if I had 12 toes, I'd have 12 toes, but I don't. Got 5 rounds.
You're right. You're right. I hate that. Right?
That classic analogy, man.
It's a bad argument.
Because I know Vince's going to have a super spicy hot take. We'll go with Alex just so we can build up to it. Alex, I actually didn't get your whole take on the whole fight yet, on what you thought about it.
Yeah,
I think Jan won as well. I thought I watched the fight again twice. I thought I was just watching it like biased because I didn't want Aljo to win. I thought I thought Jan was gonna win. But yeah, I mean, I thought he won the first round. I agree with Nick. I don't think it was a robbery. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that I thought Jan pulled it off. And I have a recommendation for the UFC is to not show Dana White when they're doing the announcement because he gave it away. I don't know about you guys, but once I see one little thing, every time I watch the fights, it's all I look at. So, especially in championship fights. So, what Dana White does, and watch this the next time there's a title fight and it's a decision, he always reads the scorecard and then he faces towards the loser as if he's going to walk towards the loser, and then he always goes the other way.
Turns.
And he always, I've been focusing now on every single title
That's
fight.
so
Hell,
funny.
does
Dude,
it
you spent that
every
much time?
single time.
That's in Vince's breakdown, dude.
But is it? Swear?
I don't know.
Oh shit.
Not yet.
I was like, shit. I promise I didn't steal that shit. But then this one, I don't know if you guys noticed, but Dana White literally looked over at Bruce Buffer's card and went, I'm like, oh fuck, like
That means, yeah.
yeah, like, and then he was just waiting, like he was waiting towards Jan, and then of course he went over towards Aljo, but he was like, he looked visibly looked angry that Aljo won, and I noticed this shit when they were doing it, and then because I thought Jan won, so I'm figuring like everybody else thought Jan won, and then when Dana White saw it, went, I was like, oh fuck, they're gonna give this shit to Sterling, and then they gave it to Sterling, so. Yeah, honestly, I think if they have a rematch, I think Jan's going to take that. I just think Jan made a couple mistakes. He looked a little too aggressive, I feel like. I felt like he was just like being a little too aggressive, and that's how those takedowns were getting there for Sterling, because then Jan started taking him down. I think if Jan fights him again, Jan just needs to push the wrestling, because I think Jan can
Probably get him
handle his own. I just think he made a couple mistakes and let Aljamain take his back, and you know, like
scrambles.
Nick, and what Nick said, you know, it's just like Aljamain didn't really do much with those. It was kind of like he's like, I'm going to sit here and hold him so I can just secure this round. Just so he can't do anything and I can win this round. So, I don't know. And then even Aljamain's like, yeah, he beat my ass those last 2 rounds, but I did enough. I'm like, bro, that's like weird to say. I don't know. To me,
Look, he needs a new PR team. He's just not doing so hot with the PR right now.
Well, look, man, it's just the way he goes about certain things. From a fan perspective, he's not going to win that many fans over that way. But, you know, hopefully he closes this chapter of his career and he goes out and puts on really exciting fights and fights other dudes. Because I'm sure him fighting Jan is a mental fuck for him, right? Like,
It was a lot, yeah.
like it's a lot. Like, you know, he fought this dude, gets kneed in the face, you know.
Fans hate him. Fans hate him.
Yeah,
for
everyone's
like
making memes of this dude. You know, he has the belt. Everyone fucking hates Aljo. So I feel bad for the guy in a lot of ways. You know, I do have empathy.
Like
for
you
him.
said, he can turn the tide. If his next couple
I think he
fights,
can.
he
I think he
fucking chokes motherfuckers out, he'll be
If he
good.
goes out and smashes TJ Dillashaw, but even because so I heard DC talk about this, right? He said if he fights TJ,
I'm like, damn.
What?
if
Hot take,
Aljo
guys.
fights TJ, he's gonna be the good guy in that fight because everyone's gonna not want to like TJ. But part of me feels like I don't know if that's the case.
No, that's
I
the
feel
case.
like-
Fuck TJ.
I feel like people are still gonna be like, "Fuck Aljo," you know. But hopefully, it's not the case. But we'll see.
Vincent, any hot? I know you turned off and you were probably editing during this fight, but any hot takes from the news or anything on this fight?
I think the most interesting thing that I can pull out of that is I think it's worth considering, like what you guys were just talking about right now. There was such like an uphill battle, like mentally for Sterling. And you know, like he must have been feeling the crazy weight of that. And there's just like some people who would crumble under that. Some people wouldn't care about this perspective at all. But I'm thinking these two guys going head to head, because it's such a controversial ending, I think it's worth just taking note of how it was so crazy to overcome mentally for this guy.
Yeah.
And how on the other hand, you got the other guy who's like, this guy's a fake champ. He's a joke. He has my belt. I'm going to destroy him. It's like, where were you at? How come everyone's so mad about who won? And why didn't you make it more apparent? You had all this time talking about how he's pathetic. He has your belt. He's not the real champ, paper champ. He faked it, this and that. Why'd you have why couldn't you finish him? So I think it's interesting that having those two things at play. If Jan would have came in and knocked him out, then a lot of people would have been like, duh, that's what should have happened the first time. We all knew that guy was fake. If Sterling would have came and did some freak knockout, okay, then I don't even know where I was going with that one. But my point is the mental struggle that this guy overcame to even make it this controversial is impressive, especially in the light of Jan thought he was going to just steamroll him.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that he was going to get steamrolled. You know,
Because he's.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I didn't.
I did.
I did.
Okay, well, speaking of
Not me.
speaking of steamroll, and how everyone was wrong about steamrolls, let's get to our next fight. And before everyone wants to jump in and comment, I think this is the fight that all the fans wanted to see. And I think I have to address something because, look, I'll be honest. I don't know, Vince, if you've been following kind of what my take on Chimaev. Maybe you heard some of it, but I think out of the group, I mean, it's very clear. I've been very unimpressed with Khamzat Chimaev in the regards that did he fight? No, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just tell. Did he fight anyone up until Gilbert Burns?
Did.
And I said, if as long as he fights someone on the top 5 and he does well, I'll give him his props. And guess what? Here's what's true. Khamzat Chimaev belongs in the top 5 and is an elite fighter. He could be the champion. Probably will be the champion. Here's what's also true. He's not fucking untouchable. And he is not going to steamroll over anyone that's a fighter, like a top 5 fighter. He's just, it's going to be a fight.
You're a hater.
So I just don't like how people weren't giving the respect to Gilbert Burns, like Nick, who was a fighter. Did say that Gilbert Burns going to get steamrolled? It's wild, man. That's wild. And also saying Portuguese sausage is gross. It's fine. It's okay.
I never said that.
It's fine. And also, there's nothing wrong. And there's nothing wrong with acai. Last night, you were telling me that shit can take a dump. I'm saying, no. Drink cold ice after that. It'll be fine.
I was talking about opening up an acai shop at my friend's plant store. So
you know what? And that's the announcement I wanted you to make on this. And that's why I said
that's cultural appropriation. Is it?
But yes, guys, let's get to it. It was a great fight. I think fight of the night, probably fight of the year. They were even talking about fight Hall of Fame potential Hall of Fame fight of the year. So who shall we start with first? Well, since this guy hasn't started first yet, we'll have to go to Vincent because he spent 18 hours editing a video, and where Alex said he got 5,000 views, but really it was 10K.
Hey, my bad, player. YouTube says 5,000. Shit.
I don't know why YouTube does that. It's weird. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but I just want people to know that I was real from the jump. If you can't see that, I will read it for you. I put up a poll 6 days ago. And I was kind of like, I was a little bit bamboozled right now when I heard you describe introducing this topic, saying, and I think you implied, I might be wrong, that all you guys probably thought Gilbert would win. I said this.
No.
Okay.
Nick and Alex were saying Khamzat basically destroys Gilbert. I was saying Gilbert has a chance to beat him. So I was the only one against Khamzat.
Okay, so I said 6 days ago, I put up a poll. How fast does Khamzat beat Gilbert? Round 1, round 2, he already beat him mentally, or round 3? And a lot of people were upset, saying, "Oh, you didn't even give Burns an option. He's going to beat him. He's been in the game so long. He's a respectable fighter." I called on my channel that Khamzat was clearly going to win, that there was no hope for Burns. No disrespect to Burns, but it was like the Holloway and Volkanovski thing, where
that's wild too, man. That shit's wild too.
I didn't think that there was any way that Burns could beat him from any angle. And
were you wrong? Were you right? How do you feel about it?
Well, when I was watching the fight, I felt like Burns was winning. And I think
Me too.
That's why it's crazy.
Me too.
And I didn't know if it's a mental thing, like because we look at Chimaev a certain way. So as long as this guy does good enough, you feel like he's beating him.
Yeah. I do that with fighters. I do with a lot of fighters.
I thought that was possible. And then I called it for Chimaev, but I wasn't necessarily rooting for him. I found myself more than not rooting for Burns because I always root for the underdog. I'm just that way. So I was like, come on. I wanted him to kind of derail the hype train or whatever. But I still knew that Chimaev would win. I felt like there's no way. But yes, I felt like Burns had a ton of moments. I was actually kind of surprised when they called it for Chimaev. I felt like in the heat of the moment, maybe I let my emotions get the best of me. I was so like proud of how he did. I found myself feeling like he won. I felt like Chimaev was getting teed off on quite a bit and was looking very, very human. He got knocked down. The couple scrambles that they had, Burns did really well, and Chimaev was like, I don't want that anymore. He kept standing up, kept trying to get him to stand up. So, yeah, that was just important to me. I wanted to call out because I thought you guys were all on the other side.
Just me.
But Burns did really good, and I was rooting for him too because I just wanted to see the unlikely happen.
Yeah. Alex, you look really strong. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. So I thought he was gonna run through Gilbert Burns, and that first round, they were both looking really good. But then when Khamzat dropped him with that jab, I was just like, oh, it's gonna happen. It's happening now. But then I feel like he almost kind of did like a little bit of the Nate Diaz thing, where he let him off, and then stood back and he did his little dance shit.
It's the crowd,
right?
man. It's the crowd, dude.
And I think that's what I think. I think he made this fart.
Next take. Go ahead, Nick.
He made this fight way harder than it had to be. I think it was, everything from even like the Smash Bros, this whole thing going on now, him and Darren Till are famous. It's just like, it's so much shit going on that I think that he thinks that he needs to do this war. Like, it can't be just some boring shit. And I even like his head coach came out, saying like, they had a game plan and Khamzat didn't stick to it basically almost at all. And, but honestly, like Gilbert Burns, I never said he wasn't good, but I did think Khamzat was going to run through him. But this shows how good Gilbert Burns is, because I honestly do think that Khamzat's going to I think he'll beat Colby and I think he'll beat Usman. But I think this shows how good Gilbert Burns is, because Gilbert Burns, if you look at that top 5, aside from Kamaru and Colby, he's the other guys, they're like older guys. Jorge Masvidal's older, Leon Edwards, I just don't think I don't think he hangs with Usman. I don't think he hangs with Colby, or he hangs with Khamzat. Honestly, that wrestling is just too much. When they're on their caliber of wrestling compared to like a mainly striker guy no win, brother. Brother. But I think Kumar, honestly, my honest opinion, Gilbert Burns was and is the hardest fight for Khamzat in the top 5, including the champion.
Wow. Nick, I want to get your take as well. But also maybe a second question to that, if you can add the tag thing, is I think people had first round, obviously, Khamzat, second round, Gilbert, and then third round is, I rewatched it, and I think Khamzat takes the fight, but man, that was fucking close. If you're talking about momentum, from
it was
the first half was like Khamzat, and then Gilbert, that flurry I feel like is what may have given him a shot if he did win, was that flurry of just those heavy shots that Khamzat wasn't blocking. But yeah, just your thoughts on maybe on the third round, and also overall. Good.
Man, I don't know, dude. That fight was really, like, that last round was kind of unclear to me. I did honestly feel like Gilbert Burns was going to win. I was like what Vince said. I was kind of surprised Khamzat actually won.
Why do you say that, though, from the third round?
The same reason why I felt like Aljo lost to Jan. Just like the body language a little bit. Oh, okay. I did feel like Gilbert Burns, like there were moments where I thought that Gilbert Burns was going to be Dunzo. Right? And then he comes back against those odds and says, fuck it, let's go. So part of me feels like, I don't know, like when I see that, I just can't help but to root for that guy a little bit. As much of a fan I am of Khamzat, like Gilbert Burns, man, is really fucking amazing. Talk about the mental battle he had to go through to fight this guy, right? And just all the hype and just everyone telling him how good this guy is. Like, I think that's so hard to deal with. But when you're Gilbert Burns and you have the skill set that he does, kind of like what Alex was saying, when he got to the ground, or was that Vince you said that? You said that. When he got to the ground, because of Gil's skill set with jiu-jitsu, it kind of dissuaded him from wanting to engage. Like, why am I going to do this? But if he fights a guy like Colby, I don't know if that's going to be there. If he fights a guy like Usman, I don't know if that's going to be there. If he can get him on his back. Let's be real. We don't know that yet. But with Khamzat's takedown defense and his offensive wrestling, it's crazy, man. Because as he's defending, he's already setting up to his offense, super quick. And you could tell, like, his wrestling is another level. Some things to kind of think about. Khamzat might be doing, I don't know if this is confirmed, but is he doing Ramadan right now?
I think so, right?
I think he's observing
I
Ramadan.
thought you were going to
that
say
means-
steroids. I was so confused what you were going with.
No, because that means this motherfucker has been fasting for the past 2 weeks.
Well, I mean, that's
And
what they say.
still
McGregor,
training.
McGregor fast works, man. Alex, maybe you should subscribe to McGregor Fast program with that giant blonde guy that runs the program. What's his
And
name?
he's like, just do Ramadan. Just do Ramadan. That's the program. McGregor, what a son of a bitch.
Yeah, my bad.
Oh,
No,
gonna
I
say-
wasn't going to say anything. Go ahead.
I was going to say, okay, what?
Sorry,
yeah.
I was just gonna say I feel like also like the way that Nick and Vince were feeling, because I can't lie, I had a little bit of that feeling too, but I think we're only feeling that because we expected Khamzat just to go in there and just fucking rip Gilbert Burns to shreds.
I agree.
But I will say this, like I said, Gilbert Burns is fucking good. That punch that he landed on Khamzat puts out everybody else.
Back of the head, though.
And
also,
yeah,
guys.
weird soccer kick attempt.
Oh, yeah. What about that soccer kick? You guys see? That shit was nuts, dude.
yeah, but that
I didn't know it. I didn't see it, but Nick told me like, "Hey, go rewatch it."
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
like,
Gilbert
is that a
Burns tries
soccer
a
kick?
soccer kick him.
Yeah, and then
But-
Pop Fowler was like, "What about that knee? Is that illegal?" I guess to him in the heat of the moment, it looked like a knee. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's like, what was he trying to do right there?
That was dope.
But yeah, I just think like what Nick said, right? Gilbert Burns ranked number 2. Gilbert Burns super skilled already, but he's getting told that you're fighting the Terminator of the division, right? Gilbert Burns fighting rank number 11. He has nothing to lose. I guarantee you, we witnessed the best Gilbert Burns that we've ever witnessed in that fight. Khamzat was still able to beat him. That's all I want to say. So we just witnessed Gilbert Burns at his top peak level, because there's no way he came into that fight with all the hype around Khamzat and ranked number 11. You really think he wanted to lose his spot to a number 11? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think we
fixed.
just witnessed the best Gilbert Burns that there was, and Khamzat was still able to beat him. I honestly, after this fight too, everybody else should be scared, because when you have close fights like this, if you're a good fighter, you learn and you come back way better. Bro, if he's gonna come back way better, dude, these Colby and Kamaru Usman are in for a nightmare, I think.
A Nigerian nightmare. 5. 5.
No, a Sweden
I
nightmare.
bet.
This is.
All right. Well, let's play a really quick matchmaker. We just talked about it. We alluded to it right now. It's just Colby Covington.
Colby.
It seems like Colby is the. I think the UFC is probably planning for that too. The question is, does Colby take this fight? I think he will probably be a dog in it. Yeah. Do we all see him? Do we all see Khamzat steamrolling Colby? And be honest with
I
yourself.
think so.
You think,
I
so?
think so.
True.
Because-
true steamroll, like first round finish.
Maybe not a first round finish, but I just feel like the wrestling is gonna be nullified. Say the wrestling is nullified, right? Say they cancel each other out. If they stand and strike, if Khamzat sticks to the fucking game plan, let's be real here, right? Like if he's not being a little crazy guy and his coach isn't yelling at him, he's screaming his fucking his lungs out against him in the corner, then I think he goes out.
That's all you saw.
Yeah. And
I don't
it's
know
like,
what you were
yeah,
saying.
dude, yeah, definitely. And I think going back to the size and how good he could actually crack, and his heart, and his willingness to scrap, I think he could finish Colby.
It's funny that we have no idea like what that guy was saying, because I remember when I was in high school, I had a Chinese friend, and
Yeah,
No,
his
you
dad-
didn't, dude.
Hey, tread carefully. Hey,
No, you didn't.
hey,
Dude.
tread carefully with
Well,
this
he
story.
There's
one
no
of the-
Chinese people in Central California, dog.
He
What
was
are you
one of
talking
those.
about?
I'm not sure which one, but
He was one of them Chinese.
but him and his dad gave me a ride home, and his dad, you know how you just did that impression, like he was yelling. His dad was yelling like that in the car, and I asked him the next day, "What happened? Did you get in trouble?" And he was like, "No, he was just telling me good job." Because we came from a band concert, and he was like, "That's just how he talks." But a lot of people were saying in the comments that the coach wasn't saying anything like what we would all think. That he was just kind of giving them
Coaching.
He said, "Why are you firefighting?" That's what he was saying. Though.
It was
He's like,
something-
"Why are you?"
Is that really what it was?
Yeah,
There was a
that's what I
translation.
heard.
Yeah.
Okay, then
That's
my
from the
comments were way
translation.
off. Never mind. Forget that story.
No, but
He's
now
like,
what
we
we're
have
doing.
hamburgers after this. There's a large pizza waiting for you after this. No,
Swear to God, I thought Vincent was about to go full Chinese accent at one point. My Chinese friend was like, "Whoa!"
I'll do it when we get
dude.
off the
Yeah, we'll do it off air.
I will say this for the Khamzat thing. I do. So for Colby and Usman, I don't think steamrolling happens. Honestly, I do think that no matter what, those fights are going to be striking fights. And like I agree with Nick. I think if Chimaev just stays, like crisp with his striking, he beats Colby. I think Usman's a harder fight because Usman has actual power.
Striking too is fire.
Yeah, and he's getting better.
Sure.
Usman's working with a really good coach, Trevor Whitman, so his striking is another level. I do think Khamzat can beat Usman, but that is like aside from Gilbert Burns, just because Gilbert Burns is so dangerous on the floor with like jiu-jitsu and he has good wrestling. Aside from that, I think a striking fight is more dangerous with Kamaru Usman versus Khamzat, but I do think Khamzat wins. Colby, I think he can finish Colby, honestly, like probably like within 3 rounds.
And then I think if he just looks at Jorge Masvidal, he just goes to jail and dies.
You know what, though?
Jorge Dunn.
If I think there's only one way Khamzat could lose, and if Colby keeps calling him cum shot, I don't know if he can recover from that.
Bro,
that
I'm
nickname that he has is
for
so
Colby.
funny, dude.
I'm ready for Colby just to shit talk with Khamzat.
Colby's
shot?
dumbass. He's like, he should be mad at his mom for naming him that. I didn't call him that.
Yeah, that's
His
actually
name is
impressive.
Cum Shot. That's
He does
Hey,
a weird character,
But I will say,
It's pretty funny.
little Mr. Colby Covington's been pretty fucking quiet after this goddamn fight.
Dude, everybody's quiet. Everybody's quiet.
Hey,
I'm
these
fucking quiet, too.
motherfuckers been on that shh since this motherfucking fight. They know what the real deal is. They know the Smash Brothers are coming. They can all suck Smash Brothers' dick because he's gonna finish shove it in their face anyways. Doesn't fucking
God.
matter.
You know, I'll say
Bro.
I think the one
Wait,
downfall
okay.
to Khamzat is how crazy he is.
Yep.
Right? Like in Peter Yan too. Like this motherfucker, the only other fight that he lost was because he headbutted this guy in the head. You know what I mean? And he was like up in that fight. So like I think both those guys are so violent and they like to fight so much that like being able to rein them in is probably going to be the biggest challenge. And his coach, Khamzat's coach, has talked about it. Like he's like, I just got to keep these guys out of fucking trouble. I got to just make sure this dude keeps his head on straight and doesn't like lose his mind in a fight. And we kind of saw that in the Gilbert Burns fight. Like he kind of went off script a little bit. So if he could control that, and if I think that's something Usman could probably exploit, or maybe a Colby, they might be able to exploit that. But we'll see. We'll see how this goes. But I think Colby's a easier matchup than Usman for sure.
Vincent, just to get your take on that, how do you see those fights playing out?
I think at the very best for Covington, he doesn't get past the second round. I'll give him the first round, but I think the only shot he has is to keep his distance a little bit. Khamzat doesn't even need to, but maybe just decides to feel him out a little bit because it's round one. Colby runs a little bit, but I think he finishes him before the second round's over. Colby doesn't have the power in his hands on the feet, and I don't think he's going to be able to sprawl out of everything Chimaev's going to try to do. Usman, I think, can last longer because he'll hug and hug and hug and hug and clinch and get in there and spend time on the cage. But I think ultimately Chimaev will move more and do more and hit him from different angles a lot harder. I think he beats them both easy. The person I see giving him the best fight.
Crazy.
I think the person with the best chance is
Stephen Boy, Wonder Boy.
Oh,
Sean Brady.
Sean Brady, that's good. Honestly though, I was gonna say Wonder Boy.
Wonder Boy, baby.
Y'all crazy.
I love Wonder
You guys
Boy,
are crazy.
but as soon as you take him down,
Yeah, I know that's true.
No
Gilbert Burns,
offense,
see,
but y'all-
I'm not wondering
Gilbert Burns.
anymore.
See, that's the thing. Remember, Wonder Boy had some of the best takedown defense. Gilbert Burns was able to control him on the floor. Dude, when Khamzat stuffed Gilbert Burns takedowns, it looked like he'd been like, "Oh no, you're not supposed to do that. Hold on, get off me." Like that's how easy it looked for Khamzat to stuff Gilbert Burns takedowns. He's like, "Oh wait, what are you doing? Stop here." Like that, dude. Khamzat looked so big for some reason. He looked big, but when he was sprawling, he just looked like a fucking giant for some reason.
Bro,
I was
I'm
like,
gonna say really quick, one fighter that does beat him, and I'll put my money on this, is Remember the Name. Beats Khamzat.
And so the next fights, let's go ahead.
I thought you guys were gonna say Vincente Luque. That's what I thought.
No, I was actually gonna say Vincente Luque, but he brawls too much. He'll die. All right, guys. Let's just
Remember
get
the name.
Bilal. I think
Nah, forget it. That's the best way to end this segment. That's perfect.
real quick.
Just
Gilbert,
remember the
What a
name.
fucking one-liner, dude.
For the
He's like,
next-
who? The fuck is that?
for the next fights, did anybody I was just so hyped for Khamzat Gilbert, I would have paid $75 for just that fight. Like, I didn't care about any of these other fights.
That's what I did. But by the way, I paid for the whole thing and then I dipped after that fight.
But you had the replay.
Just a really quick recap so we get to the news is Mackenzie Dern obviously wanted to fight with Tisha Torres. There was some controversy, I guess, on that, but I thought
I felt like Mackenzie got.
See, I thought Tisha won, honestly, but I mean, I could see.
But you
how
like that body
Mackenzie
type
win.
on women.
Yeah, you don't think jiu-jitsu is real though.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu is actually the fakest MMA sport out of all of them, but
MMA sport.
no, like honestly, like in time, like I don't think it was a robbery or anything like that. I think it could have went either way. I honestly thought Tisha was gonna win because I felt like she kept, like I said, she was gonna use those push kicks, kept her away. She landed more. The control time on the floor was pretty similar in time wise. So I just thought I thought she was gonna get like a little split, but. I mean, I'm not mad at them giving it to Mackenzie. I'm like, all right, cool, it's whatever.
And then we obviously had our heavyweight Alexei Olenek winning
guy,
his fight, and then homeboy training people in the back of the UFC, teaching them how to do chokes.
What a lovely man, Alex.
Yeah, Alex.
Hey.
And we also have another prelim fight. Ian Gary. People are on this guy. There's another high trainer. Alex hates him because he's Irish. I guess. Yeah, Alex doesn't like anyone Irish anymore.
Bro, he honestly thinks he has the Conor McGregor effect.
Bro, Nick said a great thing. That's just Irish people.
I think Irish people. Yeah, I think Irish people are just like that. Like when you hear a regular Irish people talk, I'm like, they all got jokes like Conor McGregor. They're all really funny and they all laugh like him too. So, Irish people, if you're watching this, comment below and say if I'm wrong or not.
This guy's acting.
Alex, come on. You sound like my grandma right now. She's like, oh, all these black people are just like gang, gang, bang, bang. That's not like, you sound like a racist Filipino woman.
I didn't say Irish people. I said Ian Gary, okay? I didn't say Irish. Ian Gary thinks he's telling us he has the Conor McGregor effect. I'm like, bro, you don't though. Like no one knows you. No one gives a fuck about you.
What did you say about his nickname?
Ian, the Future. He's not no Future. Fucking got me fucked up, bro.
What is he?
I forgot what I said, but dude, I was just so it was just so cringy watching all his interviews and shit. I'm like, bro, you're not even like you're good, but chill, bro. Like you acting like you're a superstar. No one gives a fuck about you, dude. You were on the prelims. You was on the prelims, and they moved you up.
How are we gonna get fighters on our show?
Yeah.
Hey, everybody that fights Ian Gary, come on our show. He's never coming.
So rude,
man. Hey, whenever Ian Gary comes on, I've been a fan my whole career,
I think you are the future.
And you know what? You are like Conor McGregor. All Irish people are amazing. Gang, gang, bang, bang. Let's get to our We Out Here morning and
Too long. It's too long.
Way too long. All right, guys. We will let's start with this second pick. Man, I feel you know what? Let's just skip to this one story so we can get to the quick pick picks. This is the biggest one. I mean, Henry Cejudo returning from retirement plans to re-enter USADA testing pool. I think since that article, I almost want to say that he already is in USADA. Like he already is in the pool. Like he's in it now officially.
Oh yeah.
So I think Homeboy is looks like Homeboy is about to fight somebody. So Alex, what do you think? What do you make of this? Is he gonna?
I posted us on my story. I know Gilbert and Nick saw it. I know Vincent never checks Instagram, so he didn't see it.
He didn't open it. Yeah,
he didn't open it. The only thing he commented on was making a fat joke about my chair because my chair looked like it was breaking towards my legs, and then he made that comment. And then
I thought the chair was just like that.
I ain't saying you fat, boy.
Yeah, no, Gilbert or Vince was like, "Damn, bro, why does that chair look like that? How fat are you?" And I was like, "No, bro, chill."
How many kilos are you, fatty?
I didn't think it sounded like that.
I saw the message. Yeah, I saw it.
But
it's on Reddit.
Unpopular opinion. I'll make it fast. I don't know if it's unpopular. I don't know what you guys think. I think honestly, Henry Cejudo can beat
smashes
Aljamain and can beat Volkanovski. That's all I'm saying.
Whoa, Volkanovski?
Yes,
then
sir.
You're trying to say that he can beat Max, which is also ridiculous.
Honestly, I hate to say this, but I think he can beat Max as well.
Y'all,
I can't tell if you're doing a joke. You really think he can beat Max? That's your boy.
I know that's my boy, but man, like I think Henry's speed, his power, and just his wrestling, bro. His wrestling is so good. The 45, it's different because they're so much bigger, you know. And he fought at 35, but he was still kind of thick for 35.
He's a little thick boy right now.
He's thick. He's thick. Yeah,
he's a little Alex in the computer chair right now, bro.
Exactly. So
I
think
making fun of him. Yeah.
Honestly,
Vince is DMing fucking Henry like, "What's up, fatty, 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 fatty?
Does your chair do that? Does your chair do that?
Fatty, fatty."
but
I can make 170, fatty.
I just think that wrestling, bro, and Henry's smart, man. It's like he's cringy, but he's really smart.
He really is, yeah.
He has, he's fast on his feet. His striking has improved dramatically over his career. And I just think that wrestling, the experience, his speed, and his like strength and power, honestly, I think Aljamain, I'm not even gonna lie to you, I think that's an easy fight for Henry. I'm not gonna lie to you. And then
I think that's why he came back to the fucking to the division as much as Aljo won.
And I don't think Volkanovski and Holloway are easy fights, but I do think that's a fight that he can actually win.
Wow. Nick, I don't think you agree with that, so I'd like to hear your take.
You know what's crazy? I think Cejudo is a better matchup against Max Holloway, but I feel like if he were to fight Volk, I don't think he's gonna be able to beat him. I think Volk is too good everywhere, and he may not be an Olympic wrestler, right? But his gaps of his wrestling is high enough where he could be able to do just enough to not,
survive,
to not get taken down, or to maybe stop a couple takedowns and be able to keep the fight standing. And as Joe Rogan always likes to say, Volkanovski used to be 200 pounds. So I think he loves talking about that. He's like, look at his biceps and look at his arms. He's a big man. And I'm like, yeah, he is. I'm with you, Joe. So I do feel, what are you talking about? I do feel like a Volk is, I think he's on another level right now. And he's been fighting. He's been active. So yeah, it's cool to see Henry Cejudo come back, because I think he would be great for the 135 division. Because there's so many goddamn contenders there anyway. But if he's looking for a fight with Volk, I would like to see him get another fight before he fights Volk. If I'm his coach, if I have white rim sunglasses and my name is, what's the name?
Captain America.
That guy is more cringy than Cejudo. I actually like Cejudo. I don't think he's that cringy at all. I think when he plays that character, when he plays his character, I'm like, okay, this is cool. I actually think Aljo's a little cringier than Cejudo.
I prefer Cejudo's character more than Aljo's character.
But I like Cejudo when he's interviewing on the Hot Box, when Mike Tyson's completely faded out of his mind and he can't answer any questions to Habib.
I think he's more annoying in that scenario and just being himself than when he's cringe Cejudo. I don't know why.
You think he's more annoying as himself?
Yeah.
He's like, yo, Mike, let me ask you a question, Mike. Mike, let me ask you a question.
You guys must have forgot him fucking being an announcer for Eagle FC, because that was horrible.
I didn't hear him.
Oh my god. I was like, oh, he should not be doing this. But yeah.
What was your gripe about it?
It just was bad, and like he kept like you could feel like he was trying to sound smart, but he couldn't like talk fast enough about it. And then I hate how he always says their people's names. Yep, Chell, Uncle Chell, listen, Chell, what do you think?
Yeah.
Kamaru, listen, Kamaru, like Kamaru. If I'm like, bro, why do you keep saying his name, bro?
It's like he's trying to get everyone's attention. He's like, hey. Like if you were to hang out with Henry Cejudo, he'd tap your shoulder for sure. He'd be tapping your shoulder all the time, and I'll be like, what's up? And I'll be like, just say my name instead. But he's like,
oh, and then when you say you're gonna say your name, he's like, Nick, listen, Nick. When I go here, Nick, you gotta pay attention, Nick.
And he still taps me, and I'm like, just do the name. You don't have to tap me every time.
You like how when Nick did that too, when he was looking behind his shoulder, he was looking down because Henry Cejudo's small. So he's like,
that wasn't on purpose.
That's messed up, Nick. That's messed up.
That wasn't on purpose.
Vincent,
I'm a big fan of Henry Cejudo.
Let's get your take. I mean, first of all, fantastic take by both of you guys. Alex, I did not think you would say that about Max Holloway. So I will be following that because that's very interesting. But Vincent, what do you think? What do you make of him entering the USADA protocol? Is this really? Do you think he'll actually go back to fight, or is this just Cejudo, social media,
being Cejudo,
quadruple champ shit?
Let me tell you why you're all wrong.
Ooh, sounds like me.
Yes.
Let's go.
It's the most obvious thing to me, and it's amazing. And it's just, of course, Cejudo would do this. He's not coming back to fight Volkanovski. He could fight Sterling if he wants to, but it's not even about that. He's coming to avenge Moreno. He's gonna drop down. He's gonna fight Figueiredo. That's who he's
125.
going for. That's because you guys were just talking about it and feeding into what I was already thinking. Yeah, he was still a little pudgy at bantamweight. He could afford to lose a little bit. He's going after Figueiredo to avenge the loss of Moreno, and I could just see him edging in there. And wait a minute.
Wait, you
Other way
tripping,
around.
blood?
Other way around. Other way around.
I'm sitting here listening to this. I'm like, wait.
No. I know what you mean. He's going after Brandon Moreno to avenge Davis and Figueiredo. Yeah. That's what you mean.
I didn't want to stop my boy. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to let him finish. But, like, does he not know that he's coach? Or?
I was like, this guy's
They
professional.
beefing now, though. They beefing.
Can we edit this? Or I don't know.
As you get really close.
I don't know if my default was just the Mexican guys are friends or what. It was like,
But here's you know what's really confusing? I thought they were friends. That's what I was actually. I was following you because I was like, wait, I've seen them in like interviews, like hugging and like fist bumping and shit.
Throwing footballs.
One of you might know more
That's what it looked
details
like.
about this than I do, but the only thing I remember is they were friends. They started off as friends, and then Moreno did something. I think that Cejudo felt like he backstabbed him because I think Moreno was staying with Cejudo. He brought him in and let him live with them for a while. Something weird happened. They had a
He stole
falling
his
out.
Funko Pops.
Something like that. What? Oh, yeah.
Funko Pop related
Pops.
stuff.
Something like that. And now they're not friends. And
Okay,
I'm
look,
doing
just to summarize what you were saying is that you're saying that he's coming back to avenge Davis and Figueiredo if Figueiredo Moreno. I'm trying to help you out here, dude.
yes.
Right? So
He's
the
playing
winner,
long
if
game.
he's playing the long con.
But
Dude,
so-
we have to edit this. That made all the sense in the world, Jackie.
Okay. Oh.
He's going to buddy up with Moreno, dude. Again.
Yeah.
I was
See,
sitting
this
there
is why I
listening
have
to it like,
This is why I have to write my stuff out. It takes me a while to make these videos.
I like off the cuff Vince. It's good.
bro, imagine
Yeah,
if Vince would have made a whole video about this, uploaded it, and then talked about it right now, and then realized that he was completely.
The closest I've ever come to that before is when I was making a video. It was like best knockouts in UFC history, and I forgot who the two fighters were, but I switched their names because it was I just didn't know who they were. And everyone was commenting, "You don't even know what you're talking about. You put the wrong guy's
Nah,
name."
they're just being annoying, dude.
They're like,
you should have put a you should have put a submission in there just to throw everybody off. You know?
Yeah, he put Art Jimerson's name for Rampage. Everyone's like, what the fuck, man? Guys have a boxing
That's
glove.
Art Jimerson. He knocked out Ricardo Arona.
All right, guys, let's get to our quick picks with Alec Acosta, Nick the Ear, and Vincent Vera, the Grandmaster.
Vera.
Let us do actual quick pace. We're almost at the end of our show. So if you don't know a fighter, just say their name and let's keep on going. So guys, we have main event. We have Vicente Luque versus, remember the name, Vincent Muhammad. That's him. Okay. Remember it, dude. He's going to be pissed. We'll start at the top. Alex, who do you got for this?
Yeah, I'm definitely going with Vicente Luque. I think Vicente Luque is better. And I think after this weekend, we do not have to remember that name anymore.
And with a tag? All right, Nick, what do you got?
I think Vicente Luque. I think he could. Actually, nah, dude.
Whoa.
I think Belal Muhammad is gonna take him down and smother the man, bro. And I think he's gonna finish him with a Darce, bro. That's what I think.
Possible. Very possible. Vicente Vera, what do you think?
I think Vicente Luque is overrated. It's kind of annoying how many people fanboy over him. I don't get it. I think Muhammad's going to take him down, just like Nick said, all night long, and he's not going to be able to get up out of that water.
Guys, I'm one of those fanboys that love Vicente Luque, but I just saw Belal Muhammad talking to Ariel Helwani. I'm a fan now. I just love the idea that he's fighting for a fight on his contract, and he's trying to get his name recognition. So let's go. Remember the name.
I like
co-main event, we have Caio Borralho versus Gaji Omargahasaviv. And please only refer to them with their last names. Alex, who do you got? Only use last names.
I got Borralho because I saw him on the Dana White Tuesday Night Contender Series, and he's like a big Lyoto Machida karate guy, but he's like a middleweight, so I'm going for him.
Nick?
You know, I'm going to go with Omar Gadaziev because
why
Omar Gadaziev? Because his nose is broken. His nose looks smashed up, and I don't want to fight that guy. I'm gonna go with that guy. You know what I mean?
I love it. Vincent Vera, what do you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Omar Gadziev as well because Nick just won me over, and he looks Russian, so I feel like he's gonna take him down and he's gonna choke him somehow.
But look at his nose.
Ooh.
You see his nose though? That shit is wild,
that's
bro.
just like having the ears, you know.
He just
But
left
the
it.
other
Guy,
wrong.
it seems fun. Yeah, that's true. I didn't even think about it that
He
way.
just
He's like,
left
no,
it.
it's fine. I don't mind. But the
I'm looking
other
at
guy, it's like Gallo Barayo. It's like a fun name to say. Like if he wins.
It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
Gallo.
I'm gonna go with same pick as Alex. I have seen this guy fight, and he does move like Leo Machida, and he's fun to watch. So I'm gonna go with him. Welterweight Miguel Beza versus Andre Fiallo. Alex,
Banger.
I got Andre Fiallo. He took that fight with Michel Pieta on short notice. He's clean, bro. And then I was watching some of his Bellator fights, and Miguel Bieza, he gets touched, and he don't have the best chin, I don't think. So I think Andre's gonna finish him.
Nick.
I think that's a tough fight for Miguel, but I think he's
you're a Miguel
really
fan.
talented.
Come
I'm a Miguel fan, and I am also an Andre fan because I was hoping he was gonna beat
Michel Pieta.
Michel Pieta. But this is a tough fight for Bieza, but I'm gonna go with Bieza. And I said his name 3 different ways in 2
Yeah,
seconds.
but the last one was the right way. We said his name the wrong time. Wrong way. every time. Yeah.
Vincent, do you like neck or do you like traps?
Ooh, I gotta go with. I'm trying to see who's who. I gotta go with traps. I guess I gotta go with Baize because Fialho
He's
got a really big head, and I feel like it's gonna throw off his balance. I gotta go with Miguel.
All right, there we go. And
Balance
I'm gonna
is key, fool.
go with Fiallo. I trust Alex's take on this. All right, we got Mayra Bueno Silva versus Vincent's friend from high school. Good job. You have Yanan Wu. Alex, who do you got?
I got you already know who I'm fucking rocking with, player. We got Yan Wu.
Yana, my favorite dish. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
Nick.
I'm going with Vince's friend's dad. That's who I'm going with. I'm going with my fellow country woman.
Let's go. Yanan Wu. I don't think. Have you seen her fight?
She's on a 2-fight losing streak right now.
Oh,
she's had
yikes.
some tough fights.
How are we not picking the Brazilian then? All right. Vincent, who you got?
I'm gonna have to go with Wu for restitution.
Let's go, baby. Via restitution. I'm gonna go with Wu too. Why not? Let's make it a clean sweep. We haven't done one yet. 4-0. Let's go, Wu. You better win it for us. We'll send you a We Out Here shirt. Featherweight fight: Pat Sabatini versus TJ Laramie, which sounds like a BMX rider. TJ Laramie.
Anytime the guy's name is TJ.
TJ?
The guy rides BMXs. You know what I mean? He's an X Games guy.
Wears no fear in Metal Militia.
It's true. Alex, who you got?
I got the bro dog, TJ Laramie.
Let's go.
He probably listened to Sum 41 in El Camino, drinking Monsters.
That's his walkout song.
Dude.
It's Sum 41.
Nick, who you got?
I'm going Pat Sabatini. He's pretty good.
Everyone says he's like Calvin Cater. Is that true?
I think they're just both white.
Okay.
I mean, hey, who
Maybe that's
fucks
it.
with that?
I'm an analyst, bro. They're both white.
Vincent, who you got? Who do
I
you
got
like?
TJ because I want him to replace. I want him to phase out the other one. We need a new TJ, a clean.
I like it. I like it. Are those all the fights in the main card, or is there more?
What the other one got canceled as of
Okay.
like a couple
So,
hours ago, so that's about it. But Devin Clark,
Clark,
William Knight, they're going to be fighting at light heavyweight. Also, didn't even know William Knight made light heavyweight.
No.
I always thought he was a heavyweight.
It's a heavyweight.
Devin Clark
posted on his Instagram about the fight, saying because it's short notice, they're gonna actually do it at heavyweight. So he's excited because he doesn't have to really like cut weight or anything like that.
And Devin, do not worry. We're not going to ask you to be on the show before your fight. So do your thing, Poppy, and maybe come back after
you
fight.
win.
After
you win. Or lose. You know what? We never know, but you're going to win. We believe in you.
We'd love to have you.
Any other shout outs here? I see a Chris Barnett. Why don't they put that guy in the main card? I feel like you can bring people in.
Bro, because he's 50 years old. No one cares.
Really?
Is he though?
He's
He's
old.
a fat guy that
Chris
does
Barnett?
backflips.
I'm pretty sure he's old, bro. Like,
Why are
he's
you
like,
hating on him, bro?
he has to be 40 something plus, bro.
He's
Okay.
35.
No way, bro.
50. That's crazy. Also, shout
Hey,
out
you don't
to-
put on entertaining fights though.
He does.
He
He puts
does.
entertaining.
I mean, he beat Gene Vellante, who doesn't train for his fights. So
And then also, I want to give a shout out to Jordan Levitt. That guy's
Yeah.
always fun to watch.
I like it.
Mr. Monkey Splits. Anything else? Any other fights you guys want to call out here? Any fighters?
Jakar Close. That's gonna be a good fight.
Yeah.
Anytime he's in a fight, it's gonna be a little banger. But yeah,
Isn't-
those are the
and
fights
then
I'm excited
isn't-
about.
Isn't Lena Landsberg? Isn't that the swimmer, the transgender swimmer?
Yep.
Wait,
Lena
okay.
Landsberg. That's
There we
her.
go.
The swimmer
All right.
She's doing MMA now too. So.
Taking over everything.
All right, guys, that is our show. Remember, make those picks. I want to thank Vincent for jumping back on. He's a
Love you,
busy
Vince.
man, but he made some time for us. Make sure you go to his channel, Mexican Martial Arts. If he ain't streaming, it's because he's doing a quick turnaround. Now you know, behind the scenes. And if you see numbers that say 5K, you're wrong. 2x that shit. It's 10K. We'll start with Alex. Alex, do you have any shout outs for the MMA world or just, the peoples?
Yeah, hey, we got a shit ton of fucking views on our last video. I appreciate everybody watching. Make sure you just continue to watch. Make sure you like the video. Leave a little comment, even if you're talking shit or if you're loving it. Just do it. Keep us in the fucking algorithm. We love you guys, and I appreciate
you know
all the
what,
support.
Alex? Ask a question then for the audience to answer.
All right, if you had a choice between Dr. Pepper Cream Soda Zero or Dr.
Ew.
Pepper Zero, which one you drinking? Because your boy is grabbing the cream soda.
Yo, I
can't wait to
had
hear the
that.
answers of this
Yeah,
one.
what is the answer for that? Nick, any
Neither
shout out?
is the
Any
right
shout outs,
answer.
Nick? Any shout outs for the MMA world?
No, I would like
Okay,
to
cool.
piggyback off of what Alex said. I appreciate all you guys watching and always leaving fun comments and agreeing with us or disagreeing with us. I do like the banter, so
what it's all
please leave
about.
those comments and let us know if we are fucking idiots or not.
Yeah,
'Cause
get
we need to
toxic,
be
baby.
good
Get a
check.
little toxic here. We don't mind.
I think
We
Nick
don't
gets the most love out of all of us, though.
mind. For sure, because he's
Yeah.
the smartest.
Yeah,
I
you're
think
the
you're
smartest.
wrong. I think you're
Maybe they just feel
wrong.
bad because of Wuhan.
What?
Gosh, Nick.
God, Nick, just keep relying on that one
Thanks for
thing
the
all
last
the time.
2 years, Nick. God.
Thanks, Nick.
What
Vincent.
about Vince's friend in middle school?
Yeah,
You don't
Vincent's
get
friend in
anything?
middle school too, dude.
God damn, dude.
Vincent, you got any shout outs for the MMA world?
I just want to say, if you happen to come over from my page, please subscribe to this channel. Please like it. Please
thanks,
leave
Vincent.
comments. I want
Yeah,
you guys
follow
to
Vince,
know,
bro.
all my viewers, if you come over here, I was watching this channel before I ever communicated with these guys.
Oh!
On the treadmill, I'd be doing yard work. I just enjoy listening to it.
Yard work?
Place.
Stereotypical.
I don't want to listen to Ariel Hawani or Chael or anything like that. This was my go-to, so I hope you guys show love to the channel. It's not
I
just
love
because I'm here. I was enjoying it before this.
I love
We
it.
love you, Vince. Thank
You
you,
know what?
Vince.
Next,
Love you, Vince.
next fight, if it works out, since you don't want to screw your algorithm up, let's do because we haven't done one in a while. Let's do a stream together. Let's have a
Yeah.
fun stream.
Hey, how about this, bro? I'm gonna say this right now. It's in the fight's in Arizona. We don't have to go to Arizona, but you should come down here,
Train.
train with us,
Fuck.
and we'll watch the fight. I'm gonna schedule at someone else's house because I don't have somewhere to watch it. We'll watch it at Gilbert's house
That's fine. Go ahead.
on the screen, and we can do a live stream with all of us there. It's over a month away. We have time to plan it.
Wow,
And we got
Alex, I
that
like
YouTube
it.
money now.
And
You feel me?
I like that initiative Alice is taking. Vincent, so you don't do flights, correct?
I
You comfortable
don't-
driving. Bring your wife here. Find a family member.
The only sketchy thing about that is
Kids volleyball game.
My wife. We pay so much money for those sports. To miss them is ridiculous. But anyway, aside from that, my wife has asked me to do so many things that if I just up and went to Arizona,
No, out here.
LA.
I said- Oh,
okay.
Think
Well,
about
I mean,
it.
well,
Think
it's-
about
it's, anything's possible. It's better than Arizona.
Yes. No, yeah, so
All right. What about
can't
Maine?
go. We
Would you
can't-
meet us in Maine?
And
How
Vincent,
about
hey,
that?
Vince, if you come, you can crash at my place. You don't have to pay for a hotel. You can stay on my couch. Or actually my air mattress, my king mattress. My
A
king
lot of
mattress.
room for two. Some say.
We could
Yeah.
get like a Till Chimaev kind of,
Ooh, yeah. Instead of Smash Brothers,
Oh.
fuck bro.
That's
We
it.
be
End the
fuck.
show, dude.
Hey,
All right,
End the
guys, make sure you
show.
follow him at Mexican Martial Arts.
Fuck
Follow Nick
bros.
and Nick
That's
the
the name of
Ear.
the
Follow
episode.
Alice at Lift Off. Follow me at Gilbert's. We Out Here. Use the promo code We Out Here on all water brands. Let's go. Why was that horrible timing, Alex?
Bro, well, I still my bad. Just
Oh,
dance.
Vincent dropped it.
Hey, yeah.
We Out Here MMA, not podcast.
But show, yeah, we talking things that you